Hello and welcome to a POV game versus QF WFQ. That's ThomasHiatt. So, been reluctant to do many of these because I haven't been playing very well recently. But this game, I think I played pretty good, so it's usually more interesting to see someone when they're playing well than when they're making lots of bad mistakes. So the map is Eye of the Storm, 10x10, classic ladder map. So you're gonna do the normal build here. 5 pigeons. For the air factory, commander is gonna make 3 mexes. Then get the hydro, make another air factory. So some people have a build for 4 pigeons for the ACU. I think they must rush the hydro a bit faster than me. On my build I have to do 5 pigeons. So it just depends on how you want to do it. You can try mess around with sandboxing builds or something, but it's not going to make a huge difference for you, really. You can just do basic stuff. Fine. I'm going to expand. I'm going to try steal this obelisk, which has 300 mass in it. See, no power stall, no power waste. Quite a lot of mass in the bank, but that should disappear pretty quickly after the hydra is done. And we're being super greedy, not making any tanks to defend versus labs. Probably would not advise you to do that, but I just kind of felt I wasn't going to make labs. People don't often make labs on Eye of the Storm, but you definitely can make them. So now the ACU is leaving. Again, let's be looking at the economy bar to see whether you need to add more pigeons. So if you're going to add factories after, a lot of people go for mex upgrades here. Just rush it at mex upgrade as soon as the ACU is leaving. You can do that, but if you're going to add more factories, then you gotta have to forego those max upgrades. You can't afford them. And now you can see my build. It's gone quite badly as I've run out of power. So we're gonna add another engineer to our power building, guys. Pause the air factories temporarily. And we're probably gonna have to pause them again. So what I should do here, I think, would just add a couple of pigeons with the engineers that are building the land factories. That would be a lot easier than constantly pausing air. So now I have to be worried about air because he's surely going to have more now that I've been pausing my factories. That's going to be a worry at the start of the game. And now I've kind of run out of mass. Didn't mean to leave that factory undone. So I decided to go for T1 land here. You can see I'm adding 2 more land factories, not adding more air factories. Because basically, I don't know, I found that when I'm losing games, I'm just losing because I have less units. I'm making economy and not surviving. And also it's become very common for people to go or pretty common for people to go to the middle island with the commander. So the counter to people going to the middle island with the commander is to make 2 on land spam and to get a transport quickly. Now you probably want to transport quickly anyway, but especially in this case, if the commander is going to mid, you need transport so you can take your one corner with your commander and the other corner with your transport and your 2 on land spam. So if you're making max upgrades, you have zero chance of getting. You really should have if your opponent is paying attention. So it turns out Thomas actually did make labs. They're very late though. I mean, too late. So now we have the transport done. See, it's a pretty fast transport, and I'm just taking advantage of him not using his air. We're gonna get a PD up first, most important thing. And my engineer in mid has died to a bomber. And again, just yeah, the economy bar again. No resources being wasted. Not overbuilding power. Not overbuilding uh, units or something. Not stalling mass. So I'm probably going to stall here. I think I am. My engineers land. So I built the anti-air turret probably prematurely. Didn't really exactly need it. I'm now adding a naval factory because again, you want to if you're being aggressive, you want to try and be aggressive in different ways to keep your opponent worried. Keep him reacting to different things. So I'm gonna add naval factory, get some navy up there, take some engineers that are assisting the air factory and get them to reclaim because I don't have power. All my power there, the power stall was caused by trying to rush that PD. I didn't kill the spec marine. I ordered my mantis away, but you can hide behind mexes. It's very effective. Here I'm placing the factories in front of my PD and my mechs so that it's going to soak damage. And right now I'm getting more resources. I'm going to have more mexes now, and I'm going to have to find a way to spend them. I'm going to have to add more power. And I'm going to have to try and regain air control or some level of parity because I know he has more air right now. I have to focus on that. I also haven't scouted, so that might seem pretty bad to not have scouted by this stage, but scouting is more important when you're being defensive rather than aggressive. So I'm the one sort of being quite aggressive. I have T on land in many areas, and he's having to react to me. And so when he's reacting to me, then I can just see his reaction generally because it's going to be a direct reaction to what I'm doing. Whereas if I'm defending and I'm going for an eco game, playing greedy with mechs and stuff, then I have to be more mindful of what he's doing because more scouting, because his reaction is going to be not really a direct reaction. It's just going to be whatever he chooses to do with the economy. He's not putting into mexes, so he could do virtually anything to try and damage me. So when you're being aggressive, you can kind of be slightly more chill. And also, I kind of know it's going to be air, considering he has the air advantage. So I see a transport come in here. I'm trying to do as much damage with my inties. I have so many less. And I just try run away from the fight. If you can save your inties, you should do that. Now I have a lot of mass in the bank. And feel pretty good. Done some raiding. Also got both the corners now. And so what I should do here actually is on this top side is make more land factories. Also should have made them like a couple of minutes ago, I think. But I think 2 on land spam here would be just the best way to end the game. You could just spam from the top side, and I have to keep my commander alive. I can kind of ignore mid. He has so much air that I can't take mid back, so he definitely has those mexes anyway. But all this T1 land raiding is destroying him. And yeah, from here the game is pretty solidly won. This is the kind of game you don't want to lose. So he's adding more land on top. I think if I just add more land, it would be very good. The beauty of T1 land is that you don't need there's there's almost no setup cost. There's no delay. It only takes 30 seconds to build a land factory or less, depending on, how much assist, what's building the land factory. And then you have T1 land units, which are pretty effective. You can build anti-air to defend them. And yeah, I think I could have, you know, 6 factories spamming on the top side, and that would be pretty effective to end the game. So right now I'm just not spending my mass. So I'm going to build some defenses in the corner here, because I think I saw his ACU there in the water heading towards my ACU. And you can see now the difficulty of going to mid with your ACU. If you lose the corner and you can't get it back, so you're in huge trouble. This commander is not going to try and contest me right now. He can't. He has no land support on that side. I mean, if he could have sent his commander to the top, where he actually has some land units, maybe that would be better. He did get one drop failed, but he dropped the other plateau as well, or the peninsula, and got a couple of mexes for himself, which is a nice move. I'm also ecoing a bit more than him, I think, or well, quite similar. But yeah, the main problem now is just not spending mass. I think T1 land on the top would be really nice. Can also go T2 navy, and that can kill mid as well. So we're going T2 air because it's the cheapest way to get T2 engineer out. Maybe something else would be good. I didn't really think of T2 land, but I think well, T2 land would be fine here, but I'm already raiding all these peninsulas anyway, and those would be the main targets of the Wagners, so it'd be slightly redundant. But if I had set up land spam on the top side, then you see I could just add T2 land would actually be good then, because I could just add some support factory up there and push very effectively. But T2 air is always useful on this map. Always useful. And the main thing now is keeping my air next to my commander, increasing my air production, and then I should be fine. He has T2 navy. And if I can gain air control, then I can actually just snipe whatever T2 destroy he has. So we get T2 on the commander as well, so we're a bit safer. We can build some defenses quickly if there's something coming after me. Get some TMD in the base just in case. He could go for some ACU TML, which would be pretty brutal, or well, any other kind of TML. There, I scout him, going for gun. I have more T1 Navy, so before the T2 Navy appears, I'm going to try and kill his Navy. Badly placed air for me, which allows him to get an air win. But again, yeah, I lose all my inties there. So more assists on the air factories and more air build power. Always do the right reaction. Subs target the enemy subs. Frigates are going to go in and attack the Destro, but I'm not going to be able to kill that Destro. There's not enough T1 Navy there. So this Destro could be a problem. And there is going to be more, and there's also going to be a gun commander, and there's also going to be air because I just lost air. So now it's slightly dangerous for me. And also my land army has been stopped because I don't have radar and I'm just spamming it in. And we have, again, this 1200 master bank. Just imagine if I had 6 factories. I could have 8, 10 factories, could have T2 land. All of these things would be good on the top side. But even so, I have map control. So I just need to be more efficient with my units. So we're going to go T2 Navy. That's the most concrete way to get back in to the Navy because he did just win air. So torp bomber's not so much of an option. And I do for sure have to stop this T2 Navy. So here we have a gun commander. So we send the T1 land in that I've still been making. Try and kill the Cooper because we're making T2 subs. And Coopers are very vulnerable to frigates when they don't have a shield boat or anything to save them. This gun commander has been surrounded by Mantis, so we should be able to do some damage. Get the drop away in mid, and may be able to retake it. Well, not retake it, but take it for the first time, in fact. Torp bomber takes out the Cooper as the subs are coming out of the factory. Oh no, they're not. T2 Navy is not finished yet. Commander took quite a bit of damage from all of the T1 land, and now we try and get another air fight. This one is more beneficial for me. Not the best micro there. So he kind of got in behind, but still fine. Destro laying down some fire, and now it looks like I have air control. T2 Navy is complete. And we just need to try not die to this commander. The commander's... Thomas's commander is getting some reclaim and stuff, but now he's going to lose the Destro that's trying to attack me. And now I'm actually losing ground on the top side. And we have a big, well, bit of a failure on the economy side. Did lose some mexes there in this peninsula, which I don't seem to have noticed. I don't know how they actually died, to be honest. Bombers, perhaps, maybe the Destro did it. I don't think the Destro did it, though. And so now we feel pretty safe again. So it was kind of dodgy there. There was a lot of pressure. I think, see all those land units to stop my push on the top. If those were on the bottom, it would have been a lot scarier. Then you see Thomas could use those a lot more effectively on the bottom than on the top. I mean, on the top he can just stop my push. Could stop that probably with very little anyway. I didn't have many units. So I think if he had his units on the bottom with his commander and then the Destro could be more dangerous for me, but now it's basically once again to a very good position where I didn't get mid. He stopped me from getting mid, but I killed mid at least. The drop, and I got air control. I have T2 Navy now as well as him, and his commander can't push me. So it's basically GG. So with speed up, this again kind of position you don't ever want to lose. And also just yeah, kind of position you don't want to lose. So I went for subs because then he has to make Coopers, which are basically, I mean, they're epic versus subs, of course, but that's about the extent of what they can do. He's dodging quite well. Corsairs can be dodged pretty well right now. You can see my subs just will kill everything. He needs Coopers, so he can't even make cruisers, or the Destro does almost nothing versus T2 subs. So and I have air control, so subs are just epic in this scenario. Grab some reclaim and hopefully finish him off at some stage. He was so low on HP, but he kept dodging the the Corsairs. This is why gunships are actually nicer for sniping very often. If you don't have a big travel distance where you need to really need the speed of the Corsair, they're much more effective. You can't dodge gunships. Corsairs can be dodged quite quite heavily. So putting too much assist on the naval factory is causing me to stall. But the game is just about over. That's total air control. I can kill everything. His ACU is getting an upgrade. I'm not sure what he's getting. Doesn't really matter. Now I have a Destro as well, and that can kill his base, unlike the subs. So there you go. That was the Storm versus ThomasHiatt. And check out the replay vault to see all the games where I fail and get crushed. But maybe don't. They're not that great to watch. So hopefully you maybe learn something from this game. And thanks for watching. See you next time.